Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going way beyond the history books. We're digging into a theory, a pretty controversial one, that links one of the most famous monuments on Earth to something very unsettling that the global elite are doing right now. This is all about suppressed data, weird geological clues, and a warning, a terrifying warning, supposedly left for us in stone. So, you've probably seen the headlines, right? Billionaires suddenly building these massive underground bunkers. Why? It's a question that's been kicked around for years, and honestly, the official answers, they just don't add up. The material we're looking at today offers a much stranger, much more chilling answer for why they're all digging so deep. And let me tell you, it has nothing to do with war or the economy. The central claim here is that the ultra-wealthy aren't just reacting to what's on the news. No, they're acting on classified information about some kind of massive, catastrophic cycle, a cycle that's both geological and astronomical. And the secret, the origin of this whole thing, was apparently first discovered right there at the Giza plateau. Okay, so to really get this, you have to kind of throw out the official timeline. You know, the one we all learned in school. We're not looking at this monument as a piece of history. We're looking at it as a piece of evidence, cold, hard, geological evidence. So the official story, the one you'll find in every textbook, says the Sphinx is about 4,500 years old, right? Built by the pharaoh Khafre around the same time as the Great Pyramids. That date, it's the absolute foundation of mainstream Egyptology. But what if the rock itself, the literal bedrock, tells a completely different story? And this right here, this is the core problem. The geological smoking gun, if you will. Researchers like Dr. Robert Schoch really brought this to light. Just look at the pyramids. See that erosion? It's horizontal, layered, exactly what you'd get from thousands of years of wind and sand. Classic desert weathering. Now, look at the wall of the enclosure around the Sphinx. Those deep, vertical grooves, that's not wind. That is absolutely, unmistakably the signature of heavy, heavy rainfall, pouring down for a very, very long time. And that's the big problem for the official story, because the Sahara hasn't had that kind of rain for millennia. I mean, look at this timeline. The last time that area saw constant, heavy rain was way back, more than 8,000 years ago, as the last ice age was ending. So if the geology is right, the Sphinx had to have been carved back then, during that wet period, which pushes its age way, way back before the last major global cataclysm. Think about what that means. It's staggering. If the geology is telling the truth, then the Sphinx isn't just some old monument. It's a survivor, a structure that made it through a world-ending event, an event that wiped its builders clean off the map. It's like a message in a bottle from a lost civilization that came before us. Okay, so the story gets even stranger from here. We're shifting from ancient geology to a much more recent discovery, and its immediate alleged cover-up. This is where the theory goes from being about ancient history to being a modern conspiracy. So back in 1997, you've got this research team. They've got seismographs, ground-penetrating radar, all the good stuff. And they're scanning the bedrock right around the Sphinx. And then they find something, a huge anomaly, a void, a chamber, exactly 25 feet straight down. And here it is. This is what the theory points to as the smoking gun. This wasn't some natural cave. The scans showed a massive, perfectly rectangular chamber, and its location directly underneath the Sphinx's left paw. But here's the kicker. Almost as soon as this information went public, all independent permits to dig or even just to scan the area some more, they were all pulled. The site went into total lockdown, sealed off. So you see the pattern, right? A huge discovery followed immediately by a total information blackout. This is the cornerstone of the whole theory. The argument is, this wasn't about protecting the site. This was about suppression. It was about controlling a story that could totally change how we see our past, and maybe even our future. So, okay, if there's a secret chamber, the big question is, what's inside? You know, for centuries, there have been these legends of a Hall of Records, like some lost library of Atlantis. But this theory, it flips that idea on its head. It says this chamber isn't a library. It's something much, much more urgent. Yeah, this quote from the source material just nails it. They didn't find a tomb or a library. They found a warning. The idea is, this wasn't someplace to browse old scrolls. It was a survival vault built before a cataclysm. a time capsule with a very specific purpose: to warn us about a danger that comes back again and again. So this changes everything about how we look at Giza. The Sphinx stops being just a statue. It's a marker. A giant X marks the spot. And that chamber under it? It's not a library. It's a machine, a piece of functional, ancient tech, an astronomical alarm clock designed to go off and warn the next civilization in line. And this is where it all comes together. This is where all those ancient clues, the weird geology, the buried scans, that hidden chamber, all connect directly to what the rich and powerful are doing right now. This is where the ancient mystery becomes a modern-day headline. 12,000 years. Remember that number, because it's the key to this whole thing. The theory is that the warning system in that vault details a massive astronomical cycle, a 12,000-year cycle that always ends with a planetary reset event. We're talking a cataclysm, a pole shift, a massive solar flare, something that just wipes the slate clean. So let's just walk through the whole story here. Step 1, a long-lost civilization figures out this terrible recurring 12,000-year cycle. Step 2, they build the Sphinx and the vault as a warning for whoever comes next. Step 3, the last reset happens and they're gone. Now fast forward thousands of years. We find the vault, and in secret, the data is pulled out. And that data, that's the countdown clock to the next event. And that is supposedly why the elites are digging. So when you boil it all down, what you've got is a theory that takes all these different puzzle pieces, the geology, the archaeology, the weird scans, the billionaire bunkers, and clicks them all together into one single, terrifying timeline. The final conclusion? The elites aren't building bunkers because they're paranoid. They're building them because they have intelligence, ancient intelligence, that the rest of us don't. And that's where this whole thing leaves us, with a pretty dark and unsettling question. If a warning really was left for us thousands of years ago, and somebody found it, who got to see it? Who decided who was worthy of that information? And if their countdown has already started, what happens to the rest of us?